Hey lovelies, have you ever thought of making a shirt collar without making use of a pattern? It's quite easy, and the materials you need are your fabric, chalk, ruler, pins, and of course your neck measurements. So like I said, you don't need a pattern, paper, or a template to create this collar. So what you do is just to grab your piece of fabric and you'll be folding into four as you see me do, and thereafter I went ahead to pin it down. I will be marking a straight line to serve as a guide, but if your fabric is even or is uniform, you don't need to do this. So before now, I took the round measurement of my neck, so that was about 17 and a half. I added 1 inch to make it 18 and a half. Then after doing that, I folded the measuring tape into two so that I can get the middle. Okay, so watch me. This is me folding it into two. Remember, I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So after folding it into like that, I'm just going to be transferring the measurement onto the fabric. As you can see, I've just marked it. I'm starting with the collar stand and I'm marking about 1.5 inches from that line I drew. Okay, so after doing that, I'll be connecting all the points to form a straight line. I also added about 1 inch. The 1 inch is for sewing and joining allowance. I'll be sharing it into two for the both sides. Okay, so it's time to get the collar. I'll be coming up by 3 inches, where 2 inches is the actual measurement of the collar and 1 inch is for the joining and sewing. Okay, so in a way I added 1 inch to the collar stand and 1 inch to the collar. So here is me just making it a straight line. I'll also be drawing down that straight line because that's the width of the collar. Again, I'm marking ½ inch. That's also for sewing. Yes, that's for the sewing allowance too. You will understand later when I start cutting everything out. I will just be making like a triangle, like a right angle triangle, because that is how the shape of the collar is going to be. So I just came in by 1 inch on that line, then I drew a slant line to meet it. Hope you guys understand. Again, I'll be marking ½ inch parallel to that line, and that will serve as the sewing allowance. That 1 inch I added, I'm trying to distribute it now. There is ½ inch on top, and I'll also be marking the remaining ½ inch below. So that's just for the collar. Okay, so here is me cutting it out. Also take note of the extra seam allowance I added. So that's the collar and the collar stand. I'll be attaching hairstay to the 4 pieces I just cut out so that they become stable. So watch what I will do. I won't just get the hairstay to cover it up. I will just be taking about ½ inch around the edges of the hairstay because I'll still be folding those parts in. So there's no need covering everything up. Just watch, guys. So guys, see the extra space I left around the edges of the hairstay. Okay, you will do this for all the 4 pieces. Here I was just trying to make that curve that was on the fabric. Hope you guys understand. I just tried to create that curve. This is how they should look. I also went ahead to reconfirm the neck measurement. As you can see, it's going to be perfect when I'm done. It's time to stitch. I first of all stitched on the collar itself, that's the collar fall, and I placed the two wrong sides together this way, and I'm going to be leaving one edge opened. So look at it guys, I'll be turning it to the right side from the open part I'll be leaving. So this was what I got after turning it to the right side. Then I went ahead to give it a very good press. Kindly take note of how I'm going to be placing the collar stand. As you can see, I placed the right side on top of the collar like this. I'm also going to be placing the other side this way. Hope you took note of the arrangement. I will just be pinning it down. Then thereafter, I'll go ahead to stitch again on like the three edges of the collar stand. Then I'll also be turning it to the right side from the open end. Sometimes if you don't arrange it well, you could get confused, but it's really easy if you follow what I'm explaining. So watch the arrangement again. It's like the collar itself is in between the two collar stands. Hope you guys understand.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run.
Here is it guys. When I turn it to the right side, you'll be seeing the shirt collar look. Very easy to make. And also take note of the raw edges. I made sure I folded it by half an inch. I folded it and I ironed it flat so that I can use it to cover the neck of the shirt I'm making. I'll be giving it a good press, okay? After which I'll be attaching it to the shirt dress.
Here we go. You can take me there too. Whoa. This life is all we know.
Can you see how I folded in the raw edges? So that is how it's going to be, because you wouldn't want it to show while you are attaching it to your shirt or your dress, whichever one. Here I was trying to ensure that it flattens. Okay, it is easier that way.
I can't stay if you can't let it go. I never really know.
In order to fix this collar very neatly, it's good to fold the neck of the shirt or the dress into two this way to determine the middle. So I will just be notching that, or you could as well make use of your chalk. I will be doing the same thing to the collar. I'll be getting the midpoint. Of course, I couldn't notch that, so I had to use my chalk to mark the middle. This part of this tutorial needs patience because you don't want to mess it up. So you're just going to take your time, ensuring that the neck part of the shirt is in between the collar stand. So after ensuring that is in between, you are just going to be pinning it down from the middle to the right side and from the middle to the left side, as you can see me do. Okay, you need to check both the right and the wrong side of the shirt to be double sure that it is actually in between the collar stand.
What's going
So this is how it should look on the both sides. It's now time to stitch. So you can stitch at 1/4 inch.
But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
When I was done stitching on the neck area, I went ahead to top stitch on the collar. It is not necessary though, but I think it's better that way. If you are just coming across this channel for the first time, you are most welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you and I encourage you to keep watching my videos. So here is it guys, I'm done fixing the collar of this shirt. In case you haven't seen the full tutorial of this shirt, kindly check my channel for that. I'll also be dropping the link in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video. If you also want to know how I created the buttonhole and how I fixed the buttons, kindly check my channel for that. I also did a live session of this shirt dress, so you will see how I created those buttonholes and created the buttons. Thanks so much for watching guys. See you all in my next tutorial. Stay blessed. Bye.